Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all for this web development course, in which we are going to discuss about JavaScript, some of the advanced concepts. Okay, so that's why it's given as JavaScript Part 2. In Part 1, we have been discussing about some of the basic concepts in JavaScript. Okay, so in the previous class, we have been discussing about how to write some basic JavaScript and how do you call the functions, and then how to create the variables, and then how do you use the variables, and some of the arithmetic operators, some of the different types of operators we have seen, data types. So these are all the things we have seen. Okay, next we are moving on to uh, the other part of JavaScript. So here we have been continuing where we have left in the previous class. So here let's continue with the if-else statement, like conditional statements and looping statements. Then we will move on to the object part. Okay. So I already told you in the previous class, whatever the syntax you are having in Java, the same syntax we will be following here also, especially with respect to these conditional statements and looping statements. Okay. So here I have same if condition, if else if else. Okay. You can have any number of else if, and then at the last you should have one else. Okay. So one example given here is this one. If time less than 10, greeting equal to good morning, and if time less than 20, then good day, and else greeting equal to good evening. Okay, so you can have any number of conditions checked with the help of if, sorry, else if. Okay, if that condition is true, this statement gets executed. Okay, and then it got stopped. Okay, if this condition is false, it will come and check this condition, then it will execute this statement if it is true. Okay, then if you have any number of else if statement, then correspondingly the condition will be checked, and then the corresponding statement gets printed. And if none of the conditions passed, okay, then it goes to the else, and then this statement will be executed. Okay, so basic of if else condition. Now let's go into the looping statements. Okay, looping statements, you know, basic for loop. Okay, so basic for loop, we will have three statements inside this, three expressions actually. So one is expression 1, 2 and 3. So first we will have initialization, then condition, terminating condition, the next one increment. Okay, so initially here in this loop I have a for loop which is running from I equal to 0 to 5, and increment is I plus plus. Okay, so it just prints from number 0 to 4. Okay, because it is less than 5, so it prints 0 to 4, nothing else. So I am writing it in document. Already we discussed about what is document in the previous class. Okay, document is nothing but your body of the browser window. Okay, so that is the document, and dot write will do the printing on the browser. Okay, that is the body of the page. Then there is some variations in for loop which is available in JavaScript, for in and for off. Okay, so let's see about this something in detail. Let me execute this program first, then I will see what you are getting it. Okay, so here actually there is an array. Okay, and the array name is numbers. Okay, and it is made as constant. Okay, so it's a constant array. And here I have written a for loop. Let x is like variable x, where x, right, you will put it right. So where x, or let x in numbers. Okay, and then I am trying to write this document.write of x. Okay, those who have studied Python, you might be knowing what is happening with this for loop. Okay, now let's see what is happening with this JavaScript statement. Okay, so let me copy these statements and we'll try to put it in a notebook and we'll try to execute this. Okay. Okay, so here I am having this code already. So let me put for x in. Let me comment these statements. So I have only this code now. I have a script. Okay, so within the script I have this array, and this array I am going to print one by one. Okay, so let's see what happens. So when I execute this, the name of the file is JavaScript example. Okay, so I am executing this. So the output what we are getting is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but that is not what we are expecting. Okay, so if I put x in numbers, what will happen? This numbers is an array, okay, which is taking the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it is printing only the indexes, not it's not printing the values. Okay, so if I want to print the values, you will have to use x of, okay, you have to use x of numbers, then we'll try what is the output you are getting it. Okay, now are you able to see 45, 4, 9, 16, 25. Okay, it's not printing with let me put some space here, comma, okay, there are 5 numbers printed, 45, 4, 19, 16, 25, the same numbers here. Okay, whatever I have given. Okay, so that is the difference between x in numbers and x of numbers. Okay, so this is a special for loop which is available in JavaScript, so you can make use of this. And for example, I want to use x in, okay, and I want to print the content of the array. So what do? You can use as usual the formal method numbers of x. The numbers is an array and x will give you the indexes. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I execute this, we'll get the same result. Okay, let me, I will execute this now so that you can see. Okay, so you are getting the same output. Clear? So either this is your formal way, numbers of x printing, or you can use x of numbers, so that will print the content of the array. Okay, so that is one thing which is available in JavaScript, which is different from as usual Java. Okay, normal Java. So that is about for loop, and I am not discussing about while loop because there is no difference between Java and JavaScript. The same while loop has been used here also, and also switch statement. Switch statement is also same like whatever available in Java. Okay, so I am not discussing about that. Okay, then we'll move on to the functions. Okay, so how do you write functions in JavaScript? So how do you write in Java the same way you can write it here. So you should have function name, then parameter 1, 2, 3, it goes of any number of parameters, and within the open bracket and close bracket you can write the code whatever you want to execute. Okay, so you know what is a function, what is definition of the function. Function is nothing but a set of statements, or you can call a block of code which is used for performing a particular task. Okay, so the function will be executed whenever it is called. Okay, till you call the function will not get executed. Okay, so here I am writing a function. When I look at this, see here, this is my function. The name of the function is my function. I am taking two arguments, a comma b, and inside this open close I am writing the function body. Okay, so what I am doing here, return a into b, just multiply the numbers and return the value, that's it. Okay, okay, now where I am calling this function, see here, let x equal to, I am calling the function here, my function of 4 comma 3. Okay, previously we have been discussing about calling the function during the on click event. For example, when I click a button, I will call the function and I will get the work done. Okay, but here there is another way, just I want to show you. You can write the function inside the script, and as well as you can call the function inside the script itself. Okay, so here remember, all the JavaScript coding you will have to write only within script tag. Okay, I already discussed about this in the previous class. The script tag should be available in either head section or body section. Okay, so here I am writing the function here itself, in the script tag here itself, and I am calling the function from here itself. Okay, now I am calling the function, and this function will return the multiplication of 4 into 3. Okay, and this returned value gets stored into this. Okay, now I am printing this x, where I am printing document.getElement by id demo. Demo is nothing but your empty paragraph. This is my empty paragraph. So I am trying to print this x value inside this paragraph. Okay, getElement by id demo dot inner html equal to x. Okay, so x will be printed in that paragraph. Okay, so let me execute this program. Okay, so call a function which performs a calculation, and the return result is 12. Okay, so that's what we are printing here, that is 4 into 3, 12. For example, if I print 40 into 3, okay, for getting 120. Okay, so initially it is a empty paragraph. I am writing the result into that paragraph using this getElement by id method. Okay, so this is one of the way where you can declare the function inside the script, and also you can call the function inside the script itself. Okay, so that is about JavaScript functions. Then we have something called JavaScript objects. Okay, so objects, in the sense you might have studied in object oriented programming, OOPS concepts. Okay, object is nothing but something like a real world object or real world entity, you can call it as. For example, a student is an object, a person is an object, car is an object, table and chair, whatever you see, everything is an object. Okay, so whenever I say object has two things, that is, one is the property and the other one is methods, or otherwise you can call it as one is object attributes are called properties, the other one methods, or you can call it as functions. Okay, so properties or attributes are nothing but, for example, when you look at this example given here, here there is a object car, okay, which has the properties like name, then model, then weight, then color. Okay, these are all the properties common for every car. Okay, the value of that property may gets vary. Okay, car name maybe Fiat, instead of Fiat you may have Tata or Maruti or Benz, something like that. Okay, then model number, weight, color, everything gets vary, depends upon the car. Okay, so this is nothing but attributes are called properties. Okay, then I have something called methods or functions. Okay, so here with respect to car object you will have a methods like start, drive, brake, stop. These are all the some of the functions or methods which is available with respect to car objects. Okay, now we are going to create some objects in the JavaScript, just like how do you do it in Java, but here the way of creating the objects is different. Okay, but the same object concepts you can use it here also. Okay, I can create an object and I can write some attributes and methods into that, and I can use that data for manipulation. Okay, so this is my simple example which will show you an object created that is called as person. Okay, it is made as constant actually, constant person equal to. So within this object I am trying to create some attributes, that is first name equal to John, last name equal to Do, and ID, there is some ID number given. Okay, and then this is a function I am declaring inside the object. Okay, it is something like how do you declare function inside the class. Okay, same way. Okay, so full name is a function name, colon, I am declaring this as a function. Okay, function, and what this function is going to do I am writing within this open and close bracket. Okay, so what this function is going to return is return this dot first name plus that is a concatenation. Okay, joined with this dot last name. Okay, just I am concatenating first name and last name and I am just returning the result. Okay, that's it, nothing else. Okay, now how do I access this object? Okay, so this object name is given as person. Okay, so normally how do you do it in your all OOPS language like C++ or Java? The same way you can do it. Okay, so here I am trying to call this function. Okay, the function name is full name. Okay, so which is available inside an object called person. Okay, so I am going to call this from here person dot full name. Okay, so what it will do, it will automatically access this first name and last name and it will combine both and then it will return the result here. Okay, and this result will be displayed in this demo. What is this demo? Is a paragraph, empty paragraph. Okay, so document.getElement by id demo.innerHTML, in that paragraph I am displaying this full name. Okay, so let's try to execute this. Okay, so here as you can see from here, it just displays the first name and last name. Okay, so from here person dot full name, so this function will be called here and it will return the concatenation of both first name and last name. This keyword is same as available in your Java. Okay, this always refers to the current object. Okay, so here the current object is person. Okay, because the function is available inside that object person, so it refers to the object person. Okay, so that is about this pointer. Okay. Then we are moving on to, okay, so here in JavaScript everything is an object. For example, now what we have seen is actual object. Okay, it's a real world object. Okay, and other than this you will have math object, and then array object, string object, okay, and then date object, okay, maps, sets, functions, okay, everything will be considered as an object. Okay, so object means it should have properties and methods, or I can call it as attributes and functions. Okay, so when I say math object, so it should have functions related to mathematical operations. Okay, and also it should have attributes which is related to mathematics. Okay, so let's see some of the objects in JavaScript now. Okay, so first let's see something related to mathematics. Okay, that is math object. Okay, what are the functions available in math objects? Okay, so here this example will show you a simple code which will give you the sign value of whatever the number you are giving it. Okay, so like this there are many functions which is available in math object. Okay, for example, you can calculate the sine value, cos value, tan value, seal, floor, log values, and then truncation operation you can do, round operation you can do. So some of the things I have been discussing here, and other than this you will have many functions in the math object itself. You can just explore on this and you can check it out. Okay, and now let's try to execute some of these math functions, and let's see how it executes. Okay, so here I am trying to display only the sine value. Okay, so math objects, here the sine 90 is some values given. I'm not sure what is that value. So sine value of 90. Okay, and then let me execute all these methods, then we'll see. Okay. So you should give within document.write, then only you are able to see the output. So I am giving document.write math.py. Okay, I'll remove all this. I'll put it. I'll do it later, because when it is available inside the script, I'll put it just for reference. Okay, I'll execute one by one. So other things you no need to worry about it. Or otherwise I will take it from here. Let me remove this now. Okay. Okay. So first, okay. So I am accessing an object, sorry, attribute which is available in the math object. Okay. So everybody knows the pi value is 3.14. Okay, 3.14 and some decimal values it will come. Okay. So if you don't want to use 3.14, I want to access with a constant variable like math.py. Okay, so this is an object, this is a variable which is available in the math object. Okay, I can use this instead of using the 3.14. Okay, so you can see the value here, 3.14159. This is the actual pi value. Okay, so that's what we are trying to display here, document.write math.py. Okay, So with this you can do area of circle. Instead of putting 3.14 into radius, I can put math.pi into radius into radius. Automatically it will do the work. Okay, so that is the value of this constant pi. Okay, the next one, we have sin 90, cos 90. So we have seen already sin 90, then cos 90. Okay, so this is cos 90, and similarly you can see tan. I'm not sure whether I don't know the values. Okay, you can check it out. Okay, sin 90, tan 90, and then seal and floor. Okay, let's look at these functions. What is seal and floor? For example, I am going to give it like seal. See, remember, all the mathematical operations should be preceded with the math object, math dot seal, and then the function name. Okay, seal of 4.2. Okay, so what will be the value you are getting it? The seal and floor operation is, we are rounding to the nearest highest value and lowest value. Okay, seal is the ceiling. You can imagine the ceiling is on the top. Okay, so when I seal 4.2 to the nearest value, it will come as 5. Okay, let me check the output. See, are you getting 5? Okay, so if it is, even if it is 4.1, and even if it is 4.9, you will get the same answer. See, for 4.1 also you will get the same answer, and 4.9 also you will get the same answer. Okay, so that is, even if 0.1 is greater than 4, you will get, it will be rounded to the next highest integer. That is called ceiling. Okay, floor means just the reverse. Here I am going to use floor now. Okay, even if it is 4.9, it will be rounded to the floor value. Floor value means the lowest integer value. Okay, lowest integer is, you can see, 4. Okay, Italian is not working. Okay, let me put this. Okay, so 5 and 4. 5 and 4. Now, for example, even if I have 4.1, then also it will be rounded to 4 only. Okay, so seal means even if you have 4.1 or 4.9, it will be rounded to 5, and floor means even if you have 4.9, then it will be rounded to 4 only. Okay, that is the lowest integer value. Ceiling means highest integer value, next highest integer value. Okay, so that is about ceiling and flooring. And normally in mathematics, what you do is, we will use this function round. Round means, for example, if I have 10.5, for example, I will put it here. If I use round of 10.5, okay, then what you get is, let me remove this. Okay, that is normally in mathematics, how the rounding is done is, if the decimal point is more than or equal to 0.5, then it will be rounded to the next integer, that is 11. For example, if I have 10.4, see, you are getting only 10. Okay, So only if it is more than or equal to 0.5, it will be rounded to the next integer. Otherwise, it is rounded to the lowest integer. That is called normal round operation. Okay. But seal and floor is not like that. It is different. Okay, that's what we discussed. Okay. Now truncation. What it does? Trunc function. See here. It just removes the decimal portion. That's it. Okay. 10.4 means 10. Even if it is 10.9 means 10. Okay. There is no rounding operation. There is no checking of greater than 0.5, less than 0.5, nothing. Okay. Even if you have anything like this, then it is 10 only. I will change this number, then you will be able to see. 1122.9398. Okay. Whatever you give, it will give you only integer portion only. The decimal portion will be truncated. That's it. Okay. No decimal part. That is called trunc operation. Okay. So like this, you will have many functions. Then you have log function. Just apply the function and you will get the output. Okay. Nothing special here. Okay. Then we have something called random object. Okay. So this random object will give you some random numbers. Okay. You can generate the random numbers with the help of this random object. So again this is available in math object. Sorry, this is a function actually which is available in the math object. Okay. So I can generate some random number. Actually the random number which is generated is between 0 and 1. Okay. 1 will not come. It will start from 0 and it will go like 0.9999 like that. Okay. So that's why whenever I generate some random number, let's do this. Math dot floor. Let me remove this and then we'll try to understand what is happening. Then we'll see. Math. See, I am getting some random number between 0 and 1. 0.4015 something like this. Okay. See, each time when I refresh the page, I am just refreshing the page F5. Okay. Each time a random number getting generated between 0 and 1. You will not get 1, but between 0 and 1 you will get some values. Okay. So that is the random number generator. For example, if I want to get a number between 0 to 9, then you have to multiply by 10. Just multiply by 10. Let's see what is. See, like this you are getting 3.3, 5.9, 8.7 like this. Okay. So if I want to get between 0 to 100, multiply by 100. See, 70, 22, 85, something like this. Okay. So that is the way you can generate your random numbers. Okay. The next one we have is events. Okay. So in JavaScript events, we'll have different types of events like on click. On click we have seen already. I will create a button. When I click the button,
వెళ్ళిపో బైబిల్ అది అలాంటిగా బెలా బెలా బెలాచి
okay. Okay, so we are discussing about different types of events which is available in JavaScript. So we have like on click, we have been seeing in the previous class and in the beginning of the class also. So other than this on click, you'll have on change, on mouse over, on mouse out, on key down, on load. On load means whenever you load the web page, the event will occur. On change is whenever an HTML element content is changed, then that event gets executed. Then on click, when I click the button or when I click some control, it will happen. On mouse over is when I move the mouse over the control, it will happen. Then when I move the mouse out of the control, that is called on mouse out. Okay, when I move the mouse away from the control, then it will happen. Then on key down, when I press any key in the keyboard, then that event will happen. Okay, so this is different types of JavaScript events. Okay, let's see some examples with respect to this. Okay, so this is a formal example which will show you an on click event. Okay, so I have a button here, on click event is here. When I click the button, I am changing this paragraph demo. Okay, so inner HTML equal to date. I am trying to print the current date and time. Okay, that's it. Okay, and so this is my empty paragraph. Okay, that is demo paragraph. Okay, so now let's execute this. Okay, so the on click attribute, so this is my button. I am just clicking this button now. Okay, so the Monday, what is that, you are getting both date and time. Okay, so this is on click event. For example, I have what is it, on mouse over. Let me check. On mouse over. Here actually this is a button. So anyway, I'll move the mouse. I am not going to click the button now. See, I am not clicking the button. I am just moving the mouse now. Okay, I just move the mouse. I didn't click the button. So when I move the mouse, the date gets appear here. Okay, if you want to recognize that, okay, let me give some ID here. 1 second. H2 ID equal to demo. Okay, let me, I will give this ID as demo1. Okay, let me check whether it works. Okay, on mouse over document.get element ID of demo1. Okay, now demo1 is this h2 tag. Okay, and I am trying to change this h1 tag. Let's see what happens. Okay, now I'll refresh this page. Okay, now I am clicking this button. Now I am not going to click the button now. See, I am just moving this. Okay, I just move on mouse, that is called mouse over. Okay, when I move the mouse, this date is updated in the h2 tag. Okay, now let me see this also whether it works or not. Okay, I'll write this same content here. This is my demo one, right? So on mouse over document got data element ID demo1 dot inner HTML equal to date. Okay, the on click attribute. Okay, let me try this. Okay, so this is my h1 tag, this is my h2 tag. When I move the mouse, see, I moved the mouse on H2 tag. I will refresh once. I will show you again. See, my mouse is moving towards H2 tag. Okay. See, when I move the mouse over H2 tag, automatically the text changed. So how I am doing it? I am writing this on mouse over in the H2 tag. Okay. So the idea of this tag is demo1. So on mouse over, what I am doing, document.getElement by id demo1. Demo1 is this tag, H2 tag. Okay. I am changing the content of HTML of H2 tag with what? Date. I am writing the date into that H2 tag. Okay. So that's how we can use different type of events. Okay. So like this you can check out with any events on change, on mouse out, on key down. Whenever I press key, you can execute some events. Okay. So that is about JavaScript events. Okay. Then I have string objects. Okay. So string, as you all know, string is nothing but a set of letters, a set of alphabets. Okay. I have two strings, for example, something like hello and world. Hello is one string and world is one string. Since because it has been already discussed in Java, and it is the same thing whatever available in Java that applies here also. I have not given any basics here. So I am straight away moving to the string methods which is available here. Okay. So most of the methods which is available here will be available in Java also. Nothing special here. So I have listed out some of the important string methods. So other than this, you will have some other methods also. You can just go through that. Okay. So caret is, it returns the character at the specified index. Okay. For example, if I give you like char at 5, okay, it will return the character which is available at the index 5. Okay. The next function is char code at. Okay. So this will return the Unicode character, or you can call it as ASCII value of the character which is available at that location. Okay, the specified location. Okay. Then concatenation will join two strings. For example, if I have given two strings s1, s2, then it will join the two strings. Then ends with, it will check whether the string ends with the specified character or the specified string. Okay. Then starts with, it will check whether the string starting with the specified character or string. Okay. Then index of is, it will just return the index of the specified character or string. Okay. Then last, actually index of will return the first appearance of the character. Okay. Then last index of will return the last occurrence of the specified value. Okay. So let's try to execute some of the functions. For example, I'll have to write this in a script. Let me clear everything. So let me write a script. Then let me close the script here. Then let me take some two strings. For example, s1 equal to hello. Okay, then let s2 equal to world. Okay. Then caret, let's write document dot write of s1 dot char at, for example, 2. So let me exit. 2 means, for example, here I am taking the character at the position 2 from the s1 string. So this is my index 0, This is my index 1, this is my index 2, so it should display L. Okay, let me see what is the output you are getting. Okay, so you are getting L. Okay, so if you want to check 0 1 2 3 4, let me print at 4. Okay, you are getting O. Okay, so that is the way you can apply the string functions. Okay, for example, now let me try out some other functions. Join, or otherwise we will check ends with or starts with. Okay, so s1 dot ends with the character O. 1 second. Okay. Okay, so it's returning true. Ends with, you should put capital W with. Okay, so ends with 0 means because the string is ending with 0, so that's why it is giving true. For example, if I put P, it will give you false because the string is not ending with P, it is ending with O. Okay, so like that you can use the different functions. Then you will have slice is to cut some of the portion of the strings. Okay, I want to extract some 2 or 3 characters from the string. And substring, again it is extracting a section of the string. Okay, and then 2 lowercase, 2 uppercase, we will convert to lowercase and uppercase. Trim function will remove the blank spaces. If you have any white space in the front or back, you can remove. Trim will remove on both the sides, left and right. Trim start will remove the blank space at the beginning, and trim end will remove the blank space at the end. Okay, then so this is about basic string methods which is JavaScript. And next one, we are going to look at array object. Okay, so again in array also similar to whatever available in Java. So let's directly look into what are the methods available with respect to array object. Okay, so here I have push pop, which is like insert delete. Okay, push will add one element into the array, and remove will remove the last element from the array. Okay, and then shift adds one or more elements into the beginning of an array. Okay, so this will add into the beginning of the array, and remember push will add one element at the end of the array. Okay, then unshift is adding one or more elements at the beginning of the array. Shift is removes the first element from the array. Okay, so push and pop will do at the last, and unshift and shift will do at the beginning. Okay, so that is the difference. Then splice add or removes elements from an array at a specified index. You can specify the index and you can do the operation. Okay, you can add or remove. Then you can find out the length using the function called length. Okay, array then dot length, that will give you the length of the array. Okay, then index of, you can specify the index of some particular element. Okay, then last index of, just like what we have discussed in string. Then slice will cut some portion of the array. Then concatenation, join to array, then joins, actually concatenation joins and it will return a new array, and join operation will join two arrays and it will put it in one array. Okay, then reverse the elements in the array. Then sort will arrange the elements in the ascending order. Okay, ascending or descending order based upon the value you are giving. Okay, So that is about array object. Okay. So this are all the different kind of objects we have in JavaScript. Okay. So we started with normal if else, then some looping statement, then we saw about some functions, then we looked up on objects, different types of objects we have discussed, then math object, some of the functions in the math object, then random number which is available in math object again, then we saw about some events, how to execute the events, on click events and on mouse over also we discussed. Then we looked something about string object and array object. Okay, so this is what some of the advanced concepts which is available in JavaScript. Okay, so like this you can, with this introduction you can explore more into JavaScript. Okay, you can refer some of the websites like tutorials point, something like that, so that you can get more, you can explore more on this JavaScript. Okay, so I'll stop with this for JavaScript, and in the next session we'll be moving on to some of the concepts related to connecting to server. Okay, connecting to the server backend with the database. Okay, and we'll try to get some fetch some information from the database, and we'll try to display it on the front end. Okay, client side and on the browser. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing in the next upcoming sessions. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll stop with this. We'll continue in the next session.